I record on this computer, yes. All right, guys, I think we're recording now. So I want to take you through leading through crisis. And if you're on here and you're like, I don't really know if I count as a leader, since you're on this call, because you are on this call, you are a leader. You want to show people how it's done. You want to show people how you are surviving through this crisis, this pandemic, this virus that's going around. So I want to show you how you can rise up throughout this time period. So let's just move on. So you may be wondering what to even do during this time because there's just so many different options. So maybe you're like, do I continue to work? Do I just kind of sit back and believe I'm out of work? Kind of like how majority of the world is right now. A lot of people aren't able to work from home. Maybe you're watching every single news outlet, trying to get every single piece of information and puzzling it and piecing it all together. And you just end up continuing to worry and panic during this time. Maybe you're like, do I just binge watch Netflix and pretend that Plexus just doesn't exist right now? You might be all four of these. Like, I know I've definitely been a part of each of these ideas here. So I was wondering the same thing though, like what should I be doing during this time? So, people are telling us, to sell, don't sell, relax, just rest, take a social media hiatus. How about you start that new home project? How about you catch up on some sleep? Or maybe just don't do anything because, guys, I've been told this. The world is ending, so there's no reason to continue doing anything. We just have to wait it out. Like, what? So basically, I was looking for answers. I wanted someone who could lead me in the right direction because I've been pulled in so many different directions, looking at, what is Plexus doing? What does Bob Heilig want me to do? What does my Diamond Leaders want me to do? What does corporate want me to do? What do I need to personally do for my own sanity? And it led me to this. I'm a big John Maxwell fan. I don't know if you guys are or not, but John Maxwell is such a God-loving guy who puts people first. I have read basically all of his books. I have a full library of his books in one of our bedrooms. Like, I'm obsessed with him and he knows his stuff. So I decided to look at John Maxwell and see if he's covering any of these topics. And you know what? He is. He's doing like a 3 or 4 day series of what to do during this crisis. And all I did was watch one video last night and I was like, holy cow, this guy's got it going on and I need to share with my team what he's doing and how he's leading us during this time. And I just really wanted to share it with you. So John Maxwell to the rescue. That is who I've been kind of like looking at the last, 24 hours. But last week, guys, I don't know about you, but I didn't know what to do. And a lot of you guys were asking me, what do I do? And I'm like, I don't know. So, and I wasn't content with that answer. I'm not content with the I don't know. So I went looking for some answers. So John Maxwell to the rescue. This guy knows leadership and always, 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 always puts people as his number one priority. So this is what I've learned so far, and I'm ready to share it with you guys. So are you ready to turn the lemons we've been given and make lemonade? Are you going to allow the crisis to bring the best out of you during this time? These are some questions I want you to think about. But first of all, I want to give you guys some steps on what you can do during this time. So I have 6 things you can do. But first of all, I want to share with you that you are my number one priority during this time. This is all about you. I'm not psychic, so just remember that you do have to communicate with me your needs. So I can't just predict what you need from me. I can't guess because when I guess, I'm wrong. They say out of assumptions and assuming things, I won't repeat what the ending of that is, but you know what I'm saying. So you have to communicate with me. You have to tell me what you need during this time so that I can serve you. I'm a problem solver, guys. I live to solve problems. I love doing it. So I want to know what I can do for you. How can I help you? How can I serve you? How can I lift you up? How can I pray for you? And how can I just love on you during this time? please don't be afraid to communicate with me, because I do plan on getting a hold of you this week and talking about this and just having these deep conversations with you. So don't be shy. Really address what you need so I can help you out. So my goal is to not just get you through this crisis, but to have you come out better because of this. I'm not just wanting to just pull you through. I want us to become better because of this crisis, and how we responded, how we showed up. We're going to be better because of it. So now I want you to do the same. Because I've made you a priority, I want you to do the same for your team. I want you to turn around and make your team, your customers, the people in your circle, I want you to make them your number one priority so that you can lead them through this crisis as well. Just make yourself available. So that's the first thing that you can do, is just be there. Put your people first. Number two is just educate yourself. Understand and know what the issue really is, and just stay off the mainstream media, because they're going to be pulling you left and right and trying to show you and try to tell you what the real problem is. And if I'm looking at mainstream media, guys, what I'm realizing is that we have a whole bunch of different issues, but what really is the issue? They're not telling us. They're giving us a bunch of things to panic and worry about and make us just overthink about. So don't get all of your information from mainstream media. Don't get all of your information from social media, because everyone's sharing everything with different resources, and it's just so overwhelming. I don't know about you guys, but like I just keep hiding everyone's like posts if they're sharing stuff, because I'm just like, my brain cannot do anything else right now. So if you want to educate yourself and you trust the CDC, the World Health Organization, your local news, if you find that you can trust those resources, by all means check in with those, because they are giving live updates about what this global pandemic really is about and how they're solving it, and doing all the statistics and stuff. So if you trust those, look to those instead of mainstream media, because guys, worrying and panicking is just not helping you, and it's not helping anyone else around you. Number three is to be flexible. We are in a time of a lot of unknown. I can't tell you what's going to happen tomorrow, next week, next month, or heck, even what the rest of 2020 is going to bring. I have no idea. But instead of panicking and worrying, I'm being flexible. I'm rolling with the punches. So I'm asking you to do the same. So instead of shutting down because you're out of your normal routine, maybe your kids are now all at home because school is canceled and they're driving you insane. Maybe you're that parent who's like, well, I guess we're homeschooling now, and you all of a sudden are now a teacher. Maybe you just don't know what to do next, and you're just shutting down because all of this stuff is just weighing on you. I'm asking you to be flexible. Create a new normal during this time. It's okay to shift and pivot and try something else to create a new routine for yourself during this time. Because guys, I'm going to say this right now. Life as we knew it before this global pandemic, we're going to be coming out in a different world after this. Things are not going to be the same, and we have to be okay with that. We just have to roll with the punches. I'm not saying we're going to be better off or worse off than we were before. I'm just saying the world as we know it is now different. So we have to show up different now. So I love this quote that John shared. He said, "The secret of your success is determined by your daily agenda." I don't know about you guys, but last week my entire life got flipped upside down. Between my Plexus small business, our chocolate factory small business, and trying to figure out, can we stay open? Like, are we an essential business? Taking so many different phone calls. Luke, my husband, is now working from home. He's one door over behind me here. Everything's just different. But something that I really got away from last week was my daily agenda. I had no agenda whatsoever. I couldn't tell you what I accomplished last week because I didn't get much done. I kind of checked out. I kind of went different directions. I was seeking answers. I was trying to figure out how to keep businesses afloat. I was figuring out what the heck this coronavirus even is, and maybe you're feeling the same way. But now that we're in week 2 of quarantine, maybe you're like, okay, this is the new normal. It's going to be okay because I have this new daily agenda. I have a new routine, and we're going to get through it. So whatever you can do at this time to remain flexible, create a new normal for yourself, come up with some daily agenda that you can work on and get done to help you feel some sort of normal, do it. Number 4 is to utilize our team. Guys, we have an incredible community. I don't know if you've noticed that or not, but we really do. So let's work on uniting with one another and just bringing ourselves together now more than ever. So to do that Monday through Friday until we all go back to normal, or maybe this will just be our new normal, jump on Zoom at 2 p.m. Eastern time because we can hang out together with each other on our team and get some things done together, because working from home is a new thing for a lot of people. A lot of people don't know what this whole work from home thing is. Luke still doesn't understand that he has to put on normal clothes. It's been so funny watching him adjust from like 9 to 5 life to work from home life. So a lot of people are struggling through this. So I want to help us get together and work together through things and ask each other questions and just be there for one another. So you can count on me being on Zoom at 2 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, as we navigate this together. And you are more than welcome to jump on here and join me so we can have some fun. So something else you can do is just stay active in our chats and on our team page. And remember, your team will do what you do. They will follow the leader essentially. So if you check out, they're going to check out too. If they don't see you showing up, they're going to be like, why should I show up? You have to show up in order for them to show up. Number 5 is communicate judiciously more than continually. So what I mean by this is that when everyone around us is just rambling on and on and on about the crisis, like I feel like we could play a drinking game and be like, drink every time you hear the word Corona, right? Like it's so crazy how much noise is just happening around us. I'm asking you to be the person who uses good judgment, uses their brain, uses their common sense, and has good discernment during this time. So don't be a person that just adds to the problem, who just adds to the chaos, who just feeds things to people to create a storm of ridiculousness that is already around us. So be the calm in the chaos. And the last one is be authentic. What I mean by this is continue to put your people first, put your team first, your family, your customers, your circle of influence, put them first. They need you during this time. Stay close to our team and let's just cast a vision. Cast the vision of hope that things are going to be okay. They may be different, but we're all going to be okay. And remember that uncertainty is okay. I don't expect you to have all the answers, and please, dear God, don't expect me to have all the answers, because I can tell you I do not have all the answers. It's okay to be uncertain because this entire life as we know it right now is uncertain. Encourage others by example. So be the encourager so that it promotes more encouragement that just spreads throughout everyone else around you. Manage yourself by doing the right thing. So make sure you're showing up. Make sure you're doing the things you said you would do. Don't just tap out and just use Corona as an excuse to not move forward. Manage yourself and do the right thing and just lead by example. So what will you be doing during this time? Maybe you're not really sure what you're going to be doing, but you want to do something so you can lead by example and show others that you haven't checked out. That even though the chaos is going on around us, you're still here showing up and doing good things, not just for yourself and your business, but for those around you. Because remember, guys, our number one priority is the people around us. So we're doing good for the people in our life. So as you think about what you'll be doing during this time, whether it's the next couple weeks, the next month, the next 3 months, because like I said, guys, we don't know how long this is going to be our normal. I'm going to share with you what I'm going to be doing during this time. So what I can be doing during this time is checking in on my levels 1 through 3. So if you're my levels 1 through 3, plan on hearing from me in the next week or two, okay? I plan on getting through everyone, which is like hundreds of you, so be patient with me. But I encourage you to check on your team as well. See how they're genuinely doing. How can you help them through this? What can you do to serve them, pray for them, love on them? What else I'm doing is taking care of my customers. I am mailing out handwritten notes to my customers with a Joyum sample in them, just as like a small thank you for supporting me in my business during this time. Because guys, everyone needs to love on small businesses, and I'm a huge small business advocate. So I am working on loving on my customers and giving them like a cute little like care package to help them continue to take care of themselves and doing self-care during this time. I'm educating and serving my audience through my posts. So I'm doing some content creation where I'm able to just educate people on the importance of gut health, or whatever your niche is, that how you serve people. Continue just to educate through your posts. Don't have to make it all plexus this, plexus that, business that. Throw in some of your kids, your family. What does work from home life look like for you now? Add in some tips for work from home life. Maybe you're sharing some healthy recipes that you're doing. Maybe you're doing a cute little date night with your husband or your family. What are some things that you're doing? Now is the time that people are on social media because they have nothing else to do. They are sitting there scrolling because they can't be at their 9 to 5. So now is the time to show up, educate, and serve those around you and your audience. I'm also reaching out to my potentials to see how they are doing, and I'm opening up genuine conversations with them. So throughout these conversations, if they mention anything that I can help them with, I will offer a solution. So I didn't necessarily say that I'll be offering my business opportunity or my products or samples. I'm offering a solution to whatever meets their needs. So if they need articles, I'm sending them. If they need an income, I'm telling them about the opportunity. If they just need someone to send them a gift card so that they can have some groceries, or that they can go grab takeout at Olive Garden, I'm sending them a gift card. Guys, I'm doing the simple things that I can to serve those around me and offer a solution. It doesn't always have to be a plexus related solution. A solution is a solution, guys. So just be open-minded as you have these conversations, that the way you respond is going to be huge. So just remember that. So now I want to make 5 comments about crisis and just kind of broaden your horizon and just bring a new perspective to things during this chaotic time. So the 5 comments, the first one is, crisis is quite common. So there's always a tendency that we've gone through something, that we've never gone through something like this before, that we've never endured such chaos and such crisis and such, that's always the perspective, that we've never done this before. And that always makes us feel like, well, we're the only ones who's going through it right now. No one else feels this way because it's never happened before. And that ends up leading us to completely over-exaggerate the entire situation. Example, how we have gone through crisis before. This is not our first rodeo, guys. In 2000, Y2K, the world was going to end. 2001, we had anthrax and 9/11. 2002, West Nile virus. 2003, SARS. 2005, the bird flu. 2006, E. coli. 2008, the bad economy. We'll never have a good economy ever again. 2009, we had the swine flu. 2010, BP oil. Oh my gosh, all of our oceans, they're done. It's oil galore. 2012, the Mayan calendar, another time that the world was supposed to end. 2013, North Korea had nuclear war coming, okay? They were going to nuke us all. We were all going to die. 2014, we had Ebola. In 2015, we had ISIS. ISIS was going to come and kill us all again. 2016, we had the Zika virus. And now in 2020, we are blessed with Corona. So just to put things into perspective, guys, this is not our first rodeo when it comes to crisis. We, in our entire lifetime, since I know we are all around for all of this, we have come through, guys. We are still here. And I'm not saying that this coronavirus is someone to be taken lightly. And I'm not saying that it's not a serious thing. Like, trust me, I am taking it seriously. Like, we are social distancing. And I like to say, first of all, social distancing should be called physical distancing, because I want to encourage us to be social during this time. It should be physical distancing, not social. So continue to be social at a physical distance. But when people are in a crisis, their tendency is to think that it's never been this bad before. But I want to remind you that it's been this bad before. So just continue to remember that. Keep the perspective that, like, we're going to be okay. Yes, Corona is terrible. And the things that we've endured in the past were also terrible. But I believe that we'll make it through, guys. We're going to be okay. So I want to help give you hope, security, and encouragement as I take you through the rest of these comments. So all that this is a crisis, guys. A crisis is an intense time of difficulty requiring a decision that will be a turning point. So it's all about a decision. Where are we going to pivot? Where are we going to, choose something different? When are we going to decide that we're going to be above this crisis and shift our perspective? So are you going to allow this crisis to spiral you out of control? Or are you going to choose to make progress in your life when the world tends to be standing still? I hope that you choose to make progress during this time of a lot of standstill and unknown. Choose progress. Number 2 is a crisis is distracting, and boy is it ever. So instead of being distracted, I want us to have traction. Distraction and traction, choose traction. So traction is just to pull forward. It's a momentum to move in the right direction. It's making progress. So obviously distraction is the exact opposite of traction. So my only agenda is putting my team first in order for us to gain this traction. So are you going to commit to this as well? Are you going to commit to putting your team first to gain traction over this crisis during this downtime, this slow time, this standstill time? Or are you going to choose to be distracted and let all the Corona hype take over you and all the unknowns and all the just chaos happening? Are you going to let that kind of spiral you downhill, or are you going to rise up and choose traction, move progress, choose the momentum that you can have in your life? I need you to think about this, really commit to making this decision. So let's pull ourselves together and get rid of the negative emotions that are distracting us. Because when you think of all the chaos and hoopla, I wanted to call it, going on around, a lot of it has this negative connotation to it. It's a lot of negative emotion just swirling around because the unknown is scary. The unknown is very negative because we put that fear behind it. So what we need to be doing is gaining traction, pulling ourselves together, and choosing positivity more than anything. So number 3 is a crisis reveals what is inside of us. So what's inside of us, positive or negative, will come out. So think about it. If I were to reach out to you and just squeeze you right now, what would be oozing out of you? Is it a whole bunch of positive, gooey goodness? Or is it negative, disgusting, blah, squeezing out of you? If I were to squeeze you right now, think about it. What would ooze out of you? So choices make us, but crises reveal us. So I want us to remember that we have control of our choices. So when it comes to choosing, positivity over negativity, choosing how we want the unknown to kind of be in our life, is the unknown going to be more of a positive thing of like something you can look forward to? Or is the unknown going to be very scary, dark, I don't know what we're going to do, and it causes that panic? Even talking about it, guys, gives me that sense of like, oh my gosh, we're all gonna die. So I want us to think of the positive things instead of the negative. So remember to choose joy, choose positivity, because we do have control of our choices. So we need to let this crisis reveal who we really are, and I hope that it reveals the positive human being that you are. Number 4 is a crisis requires adaptability. Great coaches adjust. And you're thinking, I'm really not a coach. And I get it, guys. Like, I know, like I'm putting a coaching twist to this. But if I were to call a timeout on my volleyball team, or if a football coach were to go in and at halftime, what are they going to be doing? They're not saying, hey, you guys are doing great, keep it up, spank you on the butt and call it a day and get back out there. Like, no, great coaches take these timeouts and are at halftime and they adjust. There's always something that can be adjusted. There's no such thing as arriving or perfection. They go in and make a different game plan. They adjust. They move things around. So what we need to do during this time is adjust. So conformity, which is a negative quality, is about blending in and being like everyone else. And we do this we just do this naturally, guys. We do it because it's based from fear and rejection, because we're afraid to be someone else. We're afraid to go against the norm. So what I'm challenging you is to be more adaptable. I need you to be having a sense of adaptability, because it's a positive quality. It's adjusting not out of weakness, but out of strength. You adjust out of strength. It's adjusting to succeed, to give you the ability to pivot to make you better. So in times like this, it's okay to take a step back, reassess, take a halftime, take a time out, and adjust. Come up with a new game plan. Figure out what you need to be doing in this moment, because what we were doing before, it's a little different than what we're having to do right now. Yes, our business is all about reaching out to people, loving on others, serving others, providing Plexus as an amazing solution to people's health problems and financial problems. But the way we were doing it before is going to be different the way we do it now, because we have a sensitive pandemic going on, where there's a lot of people who are more worried than ever, who are panicking more than ever, who have a sense of, holy crap, I wish I had a plan B. I wish I had some answers. So now is the time to step back, take a moment, and adjust, pivot, figure out what your next move needs to be. Number 5 is a crisis is the time when real leaders show up. So leadership is just a visible presence. You need to just show up. People need to see that you're still here. Your audience needs to see that you haven't gone anywhere, that you are not conformed to what's going on. You are not just sitting back and letting all the hype take you out of this world. You are adapting. You are coming up with a different game plan. You are showing up differently, and now more than ever. So be the first person on your team to go forward and set the pace. Be a pace setter. Don't just give in and let your team join you in the giving up aspect of things. I need you to show up, move forward, and set the pace for your team. And the way you can do this is through clarity. It helps people prioritize what they actually should be doing during this time. So don't be afraid to show people how you're showing up. Don't be afraid to share with your team the activity, the tasks that you're doing that day, to help them realize, oh, well, if they're doing that, maybe I should be doing that today as well. Because a lot of people, guys, they don't know what the next move is. They don't know what the next right thing is. They don't know what they should be doing at this time. So be the person who shows them what you're doing, so that it gives them inspiration to show up in that way as well. Leaders also show up with hope. Be the hope dealers. And leaders don't emotionally get sucked into crisis. So going back to the whole negative emotion thing, guys, stay out of it. Stay out of it. Keep your headspace above the chaos. Be above it, because once you get sucked in, you're getting sucked in, and it's hard to pull yourself back out. So I love this quote that he shared. It says, "No sailor ever distinguished himself on a smooth sea. The distinguishing part is what you do during the rough times." So now more than ever is the time to jump into leadership. If you felt like you just kind of been like, an okay leader, or someone who shows up here and there, but not consistently all the time, you kind of show up when it's needed. Well, I'm here to say that you are needed. Now is your time to shine. It is your time to step up and lead your team, lead our team. We are all in this together, guys. I'm not just saying to go your own separate way. I'm saying, as all leaders, let's show up for each other and together with our teams in unity and showing our teams how it's done. So what can you do? Just a recap. Make your team your number one priority during this time. Create a new agenda for yourself and just remain flexible throughout it. Number 3 is gain traction, not distractions. Number 4 is remain positive and pivot where you need to. And number 5 is just to show up. So that is what I have for everyone. I need to stop the share. All right, guys. So that was my spiel on all of this. I hope that it was really helpful and kind of giving you some direction on what you really should be doing during this time, because it's a lot. It's a lot going on. But I appreciate you guys showing up for this. I appreciate you wanting to learn what to do during this time. And I'm going to be continuing to share what I'm doing during this time as I navigate it as well. Like I said, I don't have all the answers, guys. I'm literally taking this day by day. I have a little to-do list of things and I'm trying to prioritize different things, but we're all in this together. We're going to figure this out together. Don't be afraid to reach out to me if you need anything whatsoever, but I will be checking in on all of you guys. If you guys have questions, go ahead and unmute yourself and I can get to those as well.
Hey, Allie.
Yeah.
I have some questions right now about like starting a page for my Plexus and stuff. I don't want to be too pushy with it with people, but I was thinking with Plexus, I'll put a little bit of information about it, but I want to do more of just reaching out and being intentional to people. Would that be a good idea to do that kind of like right now in this like crisis situation? Because I feel like that's kind of like what I'm feeling like I need to do right now.
Right. So you think you should be putting together like a separate Plexus page, like one of those,
like on Facebook and social media and that.
Right. You totally can. I will say that a lot of people don't do that. They just keep using their regular social media because I think people think that it would just be more work, and they want to show people that Plexus is not just their thing. Like it's part of lifestyle. So I think showing up on your personal page with Plexus involved gives that more of that lifestyle feel to it.
Okay.
But I'm not going to tell you that you can't do that. If you feel like you're being led to start a page and have a separate page for people, by all means, go ahead and do that. I am not ever going to tell you what you should or should not do. I'm just here to give you some pointers, some tips, some advice. So do what you want to do, but that's just my 2 cents of it.
Okay.
All right, guys. Does anyone else have any other questions? This got me hot and I'm heated right now. I love this topic. I'm like sweating. This is nuts. But all right, guys, if you need anything, you know where to find me. I am open to everyone. I'm always available. So get a hold of me if you need it. I will stop this recording and I will post it to YouTube later on this evening for everyone else. So thanks for jumping on, guys. I love you so much. Hang in there. We're all in this together, and God is good. God has us all under control. With all the unknowns, we have nothing to fear. We are taken care of. God has all the answers, has all the plans. This is all working out for his good, even if it looks bad right now. So I just keep trusting that. I hope you do too. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.